What if one of the most powerful tools for literally reshaping your brain, improving memory, strengthening focus, enhancing empathy, building intelligence, and potentially protecting against cognitive decline, was something as simple as reading? Welcome to Vital Drift, your trusted source for science-backed health, longevity, and wellness insights. Reading is often viewed as entertainment, education, or a productivity habit. But neuroscience increasingly shows that reading is far more than passive information consumption. Reading actively changes brain structure and function. In many ways, every page you read may physically strengthen neural networks, improve cognitive resilience, and support long-term brain health. Today, we're uncovering how reading transforms your brain, the neurological systems involved, why it matters more than ever in the digital age, and how this simple habit may become one of the most powerful investments in mental longevity. Let's begin. The human brain is remarkably adaptable. This capacity is known as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. Every repeated behavior, thought pattern, skill, or cognitive challenge can strengthen or weaken certain pathways. Reading is one of the most cognitively demanding activities humans regularly perform. When you read, your brain must simultaneously engage multiple systems, including visual processing, language decoding, memory retrieval, attention control, comprehension, emotional interpretation, predictive reasoning, executive function. This means reading is not isolated to one brain region. It activates broad neural networks. Research using functional MRI scans has shown that reading strengthens connectivity between various cortical regions, particularly areas associated with language, comprehension, and higher order thinking. One key region involved is the left temporal cortex, which supports language processing. The occipital lobe processes visual symbols. The frontal lobe contributes to reasoning, prediction, and interpretation. The hippocampus supports memory formation. Together, reading becomes a full brain exercise. This repeated stimulation may enhance white matter integrity, the communication pathways connecting brain regions. In simple terms, reading may improve how efficiently different parts of your brain communicate. This can strengthen memory, attention span, verbal intelligence, analytical thinking, mental flexibility, cognitive endurance. One of reading's strongest cognitive benefits is improved focus. Modern life increasingly trains the brain for distraction. Constant notifications, short-form content, social media, rapid dopamine cycles may reduce sustained attention capacity. Reading, particularly deep reading, requires prolonged concentration. This may retrain attentional systems, strengthen executive control, and improve mental discipline. In many ways, reading acts as resistance training for attention. This is particularly important in an era of digital overstimulation. Reading fiction may also uniquely enhance empathy and emotional intelligence. When individuals read narrative stories, the brain often simulates social experiences. This engages networks involved in perspective taking, emotional processing, theory of mind, human understanding. Some studies suggest regular fiction readers may demonstrate stronger empathic skills and social cognition. In essence, reading allows the brain to rehearse human experience. Memory enhancement is another major benefit. Reading consistently challenges working memory and long-term memory systems. Readers must track characters, retain information, interpret context, recall details, build conceptual frameworks. This repeated memory engagement may strengthen hippocampal function. Over time, this could contribute to cognitive reserve. Cognitive reserve refers to the brain's resilience against age-related decline or neurological disease. Higher cognitive reserve is associated with lower dementia risk and improved mental longevity. While reading alone is not a guaranteed prevention strategy, lifelong intellectual engagement is strongly linked to healthier aging. Vocabulary growth is another profound effect. Language exposure expands neural representation of concepts, communication ability, and abstract reasoning. The more complex language the brain processes, the more robust these networks may become. This can improve communication, problem-solving, comprehension, critical thinking, academic performance, professional capability. Reading may also reduce stress. Studies have shown that even short periods of reading can significantly lower physiological stress markers. Immersion in reading may reduce heart rate, muscle tension, and psychological distress. This may indirectly protect brain health by lowering chronic stress exposure. Given that chronic cortisol elevation can damage memory systems over time, stress reduction itself is neuroprotective. Now let's discuss digital reading versus deep reading. Not all reading is neurologically equal. Skimming headlines, scrolling social media, or fragmented online reading often engages shallower processing systems. Deep reading, such as books, long-form analysis, and sustained comprehension, requires greater neural integration. This deeper engagement appears more beneficial for structural brain development. The challenge is that modern environments increasingly encourage rapid information scanning rather than immersive reading. This shift may reduce opportunities for the brain-building benefits of sustained cognitive engagement. Children's brain development is especially influenced by reading exposure. Early reading may support language acquisition, executive development, emotional understanding, academic outcomes, attention regulation, neural growth. Regular reading habits in childhood are associated with stronger educational and cognitive trajectories. For adults, it is never too late. Neuroplasticity remains active throughout life. Even later life reading habits may support cognitive stimulation and mental resilience. The concept is powerful. Your brain remains physically responsive to intellectual challenge, and reading remains one of the most accessible forms of that challenge. Reading may also improve sleep quality when used appropriately. Replacing nighttime screen exposure with physical reading may reduce blue light exposure while promoting relaxation. This supports melatonin regulation, stress reduction, better sleep onset, improved nervous system balance. However, stimulating digital reading close to bedtime may not offer the same benefits. Now, can reading alone maximize brain health? Not entirely. Optimal cognitive protection likely involves multiple factors, including exercise, sleep, nutrition, stress management, social engagement, learning. But reading remains one of the most powerful low-cost tools available. The key message is this: reading is not merely information consumption. It is neurological training. Every time you read deeply, you may be strengthening neural connectivity, attention, memory, language, empathy, cognitive reserve, mental resilience. In a world increasingly dominated by distraction, reading may be one of the most powerful ways to preserve and enhance brain structure. Your brain adapts to what you repeatedly do. If you train it with distraction, it becomes more distractible. If you train it with deep reading, it may become stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Thank you for watching Vital Drift. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more science-backed brain health, wellness, longevity, and human optimization content. Share this video with someone who wants to protect their mind and invest in lifelong cognitive strength. Every page you read may help shape the future of your brain. Stay informed, stay vital.